Sometimes it's about more than manifesting. You got to do the work. Welcome to another episode of the Keep It Uplifting podcast, where we discuss lifestyle, fitness, and motivation. I am your host, Uplifting, and I have with me the man behind the camera. Talk to the people.
What's up, folks? Welcome back.
So we were talking earlier about procrastinating. And
story of my life.
And I thought about, like a couple of steps to perform at a high level. Okay. And, I wanted to go through the steps of what you can do to ensure that you are going to perform at a high level. And one of the things you want to get away from is procrastination. Ultimately, right? That's going to hinder your performance. It's going to slow you down. You're always going to be working uphill. I hate the people who say, yeah, I got to have my back against the wall to perform.
I used to say this.
Those are the ultimate procrastinators.
I used to say stuff like that.
Your back is against the wall anyway.
Yeah, you created
now you're creating a bigger...
you created your back against the
wall. That wall
is
getting bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, dude, I know.
Like get what you need done in a timely fashion.
Right.
That's not just a saying, that's reality, because that puts ease and it allows you to succeed a lot quicker than creating time and space and gaps between you and your finish line. Yeah, you know what I mean? So that was one of them. Also, just show up. Like, the quality of work doesn't really matter. Some people overthink things and they keep applying pressure to something so simplistic as just trying to do something, getting the task done. Yeah. Right? Like, I procrastinate on cleaning my bathroom when it's not a hard task, but really
it ain't. You just basically gotta do it. Yeah, that's one thing I procrastinate on too. Right? Because I'm like, man, it's dirty again.
You know what I'm saying? But it's things like that where it's simple tasks where, like, if you got to read 10 pages, knock them 10 pages out.
Yeah, it literally takes 5 minutes.
Right? If you, you know what I mean? If you got to paint, start painting. Watch a cartoon or something. Have something running in the background. It may spark creativity. But if you're doing nothing because you're trying to perfect something, you get nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're still in the same space that you started. And, I talked about time, man. It could be your enemy. And ultimately, it's a lot of people's demise, man. They get to a certain age. And we don't really talk about that a lot. We talked about regret, but, you get to a certain age where you start to slow down. Like, for real. And there's nothing you could do about it.
Yeah.
Your mind, and if you haven't strengthened your mind to really be productive and what you're trying to succeed at or just be productive in life, you start to just sit back and reflect on, damn, I could have made this happen.
Yeah.
Or I should have did that.
Or you're just not used to what I thought you was going to go. You're just not used to that work ethic,
Yeah.
Because you think about it, we're training our minds when we're young, usually.
Right.
You know what I mean? To work this hard or exercise our brain this hard.
Yeah.
So once you get to a certain age, you can't even push yourself to that limit because your brain ain't used to it.
Right. But what is work ethic? I actually got a definition here.
What is work ethic?
What is work ethic?
Work ethic is your basically ability to do work.
You want to know the definition?
Or endure work.
The principle that hard work is intrinsically virtuous or worthy of a reward.
That's what work ethic is, huh?
Right.
Hard work is virtuous of reward.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you really putting in enough time, hours to get what you think you deserve
out of this work I'm doing?
Right. That's what work ethic is. Right? And the behaviors of work ethic are discipline, being responsible and accountable, integrity, and honesty. And I think work ethic not only applies to you, but it applies to your decision making. We always talk about you are your circle. We talk about people around you all the time. And sometimes you got to be around people who are working the right way.
Yes.
With integrity.
Discipline.
With honesty. Right? Like who are responsible, reasonable people. Like they're showing the behaviors, you know, because your work ethic is also something that may be an imbalance too, right? Like when I learned to dribble with my left hand, I taught my right hand behind my back.
Yeah.
Right? We always think of balance as 50-50. Sometimes it's 90-10 or it's 80-20.
Yeah, it's still balancing.
Right? There's going to be a sacrifice somewhere, but the 100%
is there.
There.
As long as it equals that.
You know what I mean? And when people say I don't want to work these late hours, or I don't, you know, you gotta have balance. You gotta give this to my family, and you gotta give this to my lady and or my husband and all this stuff. Maybe you just don't want it. Like maybe you're not really trying to put in the work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a real thing because you're not worthy of that reward.
Not worthy of the reward.
You're not worthy of what you say you want. When you say you want things that the 1% have, or the 5% have, or 40% have, economically, you're not gonna get that with balance. Not the balance you looking for.
Or just being comfortable. You have to be, what they say, you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah. Worthy of reward is huge, bro.
Yeah, that was deep.
You see what I'm saying? Like
work that's virtuous and worthy of reward.
Right.
Not just work, not just doing a bunch of random activity.
And it said hard work.
Yeah.
Like
value in the work.
Everyone's looking for an easy way.
Yes, they are.
Right.
Especially
this could be done.
Day and age.
You can get this done in 30 days.
Especially because they think we in the internet age.
Or I'm going to make this by 25 or 22. Like, what people don't really understand is that real people who have been successful is taking years. Gary Vee talks about not making his first piece of content till he was 34, 35.
Mm-hmm.
But even starting his business, he was running a business for years.
Yeah.
So when he made his content, he was ready to start his business. He left a business with no money. What's his name? What's the real estate guy who be talking crazy? Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone, you know, if you go back 7, 10 years, however many years on YouTube, he was making videos for a minute.
Right.
E.T., the hip hop preacher.
Oh man, we watched him grow.
Right? He was getting up, posting videos 3, 5 in the morning for years.
I went
7+ years back.
Yeah.
This stuff just don't happen overnight.
It doesn't.
Hard work that is worthy of a reward.
That's deep.
Come on, bro. Like, and you had, and that's why I say you got to have people in your circle that understand this, or surround yourself with people that are willing to commit to that. Because if you're worthy of the reward, but you're with people who are not, you're not going to get what you deserve. You see what I'm saying?
Nah, I see exactly what you're saying.
And you think about, you know, E.T. or there's a guy, Alex Hormozzi, who, you know, I just kind of came on to. I hope I'm not butchering his name, but he talks about he was working here in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
He left. No, you know, spent all of his money drove 3 days to get out to L.A. And it's 2022 now, and I think he was saying that was 2016 or 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this stuff is going to take time because you have to get so good that they can't ignore you.
Yeah. That's a real one right there.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to be in a place of greatness to where you are worthy of the reward.
The reward. Being so good that they can't ignore you. I could definitely relate to that, because that's how I like to work on my jobs. And it's funny, before this show, I used to consider myself a person with a great work ethic.
Right.
You know, but I'm missing a couple core values. But I do know something about being so good that they can't ignore me. Because I try to do that on every job, because I always feel like I'm at a disadvantage because of the tent.
Right. Right. Right.
It makes me work harder.
Being black here in America gives off the impression that you're lazy.
Yeah.
Shiftless.
I mean, straight up.
You know, you
Or
don't
that
want
you
to
don't
put
understand the business, or that you don't want. But I go in there and I'm like, no, I want to know everybody's job
Right.
just in case.
Right.
So I can know where the system broke down. You know?
Yeah.
I want to know what I may have to do if he don't show up to work.
That
I may want your job one day, supervisor.
Yeah.
So this is why I want to know everything.
Exactly.
I want to be so good that you need me.
You need me. You can't ignore me.
You can't ignore me.
Matter of fact,
I'm
I
here.
know who to call.
I'm so good that you telling your peers about me.
Right.
They know my name before I'm going to get a promotion.
Hey, we got a guy. Right?
So good that they can't ignore you.
You know what I mean?
And I'm just applying that to the corporate ladder, but it
But
works.
no, bro,
it works the
that
same.
is performing at a high level.
Right.
Right? We're talking about not procrastinating. We're talking about work ethic. And we are talking about, in the end, that you've put in so much hard work that you are worthy of the reward. Keep it uplifting. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Keep it uplifting.